The secure line burned red against the dim cockpit. I almost didn't answer. Protocol, timing, the mission, until I heard the voice. A nurse. Flat, clinical, trying not to shake. "Your daughter's here. Broken arm, missing a thumb." My throat locked. Then another voice, thin, cracking through tears. "Mom's husband did this, because I wouldn't call him father. He makes me entertain her drunk friends." Silence. I could hear my own pulse louder than the rotors spinning outside. My CO looked at me across the hum of comms. "You're off this op. Jet lifts in an hour." I nodded. No hesitation. Inside, though, something snapped. Not like glass, but like a hinge unfastened. Something that wouldn't fit back the same. I packed in silence. Weapons, gear, blade. The weight was grounding. I promised myself one thing. Not justice, not mercy, but truth. She was waiting at the hospital, my ex. Her smile cracked when she saw me, like she hadn't expected I'd come so fast, or at all. "Don't overreact," she said. Overreact? My daughter was unconscious in a cast. Her little hand bandaged where a thumb should have been. Her husband wasn't there. Of course not. A business trip, she said. Her eyes slid sideways when she said it. Always a tell. Later that night, I sat at her kitchen table. She poured wine. Too calm. Too rehearsed. She leaned in, low voice. "You know how she is. Dramatic. She makes things up. Don't let her turn you against me." It hit then. Not just abuse. Not just cruelty. But betrayal. Deep. Deliberate. She had known. I didn't argue. I only watched the way she refilled her glass before mine was even touched. And I realized she wasn't protecting her daughter. She was protecting him. I started collecting. Quietly. Patiently. Phone records first. Late calls. Anonymous numbers saved under women's names. The kind a drunk wouldn't bother to hide, but a practiced liar might. Then receipts. Hotel rooms. Weekends, she said, were girls' trips. And photos. Her husband with her friends. Arms too close. Lips too near. Not accidents. Not rumors. It grew darker. My daughter's diary. Sketches, jagged and small. Notes about doors locked from the outside. Words like, "Don't tell," and "He says I'm worthless." I kept my face neutral. When I picked her up for weekends, I smiled, told jokes, asked about school. Inside, rage pressed against my ribs like shrapnel. But rage was useless. Rage left trails. I needed precision. I needed her to collapse under her own secrets. So I waited, and I gathered, and I built the kind of truth no denial could survive. The DNA test arrived first. Her husband, he wasn't even my daughter's legal guardian. Not by blood, not by right, just by her permission. Then came the footage. One of her so-called friends, sloppy drunk, filmed in the living room. My daughter in the background, frozen like a ghost pressed against the wall. Her laugh, the X, was loud in the recording. Complicit. I printed it all. Photos, transcripts, medical reports, bound them neatly. Slid them across her table one evening, the same place she had poured wine weeks ago. She flipped a page. Her face drained. Another page. Her hand shook. Finally she looked up, lips parting for some excuse. I only asked one question. Was it worth her thumb? Her glass tipped. Red spread across the wood. She broke first, crying, stammering, begging. I didn't raise my voice, didn't move. I just watched her crumble. The next morning I left the package with the district attorney. Anonymous. Clean. Another copy went to her parents, the ones who always called me too rigid, too cold. And one copy stayed with me, for her husband. I mailed it directly to his office. No note, no name. Just evidence. Enough to rot him from inside out, wondering Who knew? Who was watching? When the knock would come? When she called, voice ragged, I answered once. Her sobs spilled through the line. Please, don't ruin us. I hung up before she could finish. 6. Closure. Emotional detachment. Weeks later, custody was settled. Quietly, efficiently. She lost everything. House, reputation, the facade she had polished for years. I never celebrated. I never gloated. I just kept moving. Sometimes at night, I look at my daughter's bandaged hand when she sleeps. The absence where her thumb should be. A permanent reminder carved into flesh. I don't think of revenge then. I think of precision, of the cost of silence. And I know this. They taught her pain. I taught her truth. That will be enough.